On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, an old mirror hangs. The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still,
Yeah.
the trap is poor things. front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was, but like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian. This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subjects evident. The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you get, if you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season. Maybe, instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of TIP. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. So, all of it, basically. Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nasteb, there's no way those are real names. Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms. Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pledge. Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry, and that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of rand, at the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for. You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tournée is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective. I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are to be believed. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a...
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents, unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez Thames. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing... Ah, this must be Gaston's handiwork. According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies. Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're always being left out. Judging from the context, it's something very large and fundamental. You flip back to the front of the magazine. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina. Whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that. It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kanajinsky himself. According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his... Based on the description in this article, he appears to be an extreme... Sapormat Sport Kanajinsky is well into his third decade as president of the SRV. Outside Samara, it's quite straightforward. A standard match features one man, or in some cases woman, against one bear. Two competitors. According to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 8. What are you, a statistician? Did the moral intern send you on a fact-finding mission? This is the SRV party line, comrade.
The Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. Why do you ask? I suppose that would be something to see.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The file cabinet stands hundreds of, and the same you already went. Remember, Leo, ever are all items on the drawer. Rusting no screech of a crane. You're back before the cargo container.
Oh, hey, mister.
I prefer my police officers old-fashioned like that, with a gun. You can do so many things with a gun that you can't do without one. Now, what can I help you with? Mr. Dubois, every worker for himself, right? What can I do for you today? Fanny. That doesn't ring any bells, Harry.
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation in the old church.
Oh, that a cell. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some melodic music in there. Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched. Frankly, a health risk. But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to, the drugs they do while they listen to that music?
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquents you found, God knows where, to set it up and run it for you.
Found God knows where? That cell is the daughter of Miko the kebab, a man who once killed a guy with a kebab. I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub. Don't you? Maybe it was Bogovic. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad. A nightclub? Harry, I'm an old-fashioned guy. After work, I like to listen to some rock and roll music and have a non-alcoholic lager. But here I am, talking about myself, when you have much more important things going on. Tell me, Harry, how can I help you? What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually in...
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what? I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me.
He's hiding his real reaction.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here?
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug...
Actually, Rivershell doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance, not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You can't imagine how pleased I am that... Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up? I guess you're right, Harry. I appreciate you coming back to report on your progress. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you? Mr. Dubois, every worker for himself, right? What can I do for you today? You've got a lot of spirit.
Actually, he refused. Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
Fanny.
Funny.
Oh, that a cell. But what do I...
It sounds to me like...
Found God, I think a daughter of a man. Maybe it was Bogovic. Or Jakub. I got it, Harry. It was Radagast. Radagast the kebab. But enough of koikos and kebabs. What else can I do for you? Mr. Dubois. Fanny.
Funny.
Oh, Oh, that a cell. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing but what do I...
It sounds to me like...
Found God... I think a daughter... Maybe it was Bogovir. Or... I got it, Harry. What?
The reaction appears to be sincere.
You've hurt me, Harry. I trust you.
He's hiding.
Thank you for your understanding.
You too, Lieutenant.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
This coin operated. Your money disappeared. The curtain, the lens, it looks, its leaves ripped from it. This coin operated viewer is. This coin a thick that's Kuno. Under the you know that the church look around the lot. The once bright Why single out this one building? Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No trying to talk to the wind. The city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A prayer of sorts to Rivershaw.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the... And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is... Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place, I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk. The once bright mural. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure. Like in through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the...
She's down there.
Okay, why? Right. How do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43.
A rusty ladder.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rung. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground, and you're 180? Not to mention that the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder? Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
Teleportation is not a thing. Okay, let's say teleportation is a thing. Wouldn't you need some kind of...
What are they talking about?
Teleportation, Mikhail. It's...
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. A building like this must have multiple doors. Your eyes slowly begin to adjust. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without... However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the...
The lieutenant's face lights up. He does...
And it's right here. A maintenance door.
It's jammed shut. The subtle approach isn't going to work on this one. A thin layer of snow gleams inside. As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. And nothing. Behind the pipe, the maintenance, a thin layer of as your eye, and
I see. Another stop on your crusade against narcomania.
the trap is poor thing. row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall. With another 7 shades, a cold... A few locusts pour... Behind the pipe, the maintenance door, rusted shut and half-sunken in sand. The metal doors are heavy, and the flaking rust hurts your palms. But, together with...
Good work. Shall we?
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components. Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to what the why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet for vitreous cast filament memory.
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean. These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting...
All you'll find here is pain. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads,
Some radical or radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago. Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communers built again. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted. We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers. I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case. Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff. You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
No, what do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh. No, but
He trusts your gut feeling on this.
looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step. Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between this part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city...
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
Okay, why not? Whatever goes down.
Not closely enough, you suspect. But still, good idea to visit her once more.
Yes, there won't be time for that once things go down. Matter of fact, I don't think there's time for it now. But
If you must.
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's...
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something useful.
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
You're back. Good. What? Oh. Stupendous. I didn't think he'd pull through. That's beautiful. A Villiers 9mm. Front-loaded. 2 or 3 barreled. Villiers and La Salle was one of the original 14 Indo tribes of Revachol. Did you know? Artillery...
She phrases it as if it's a pity. She also phrases it as a transition out of you, wave...
What else? It helps to sometimes hold inventory of the things you've achieved, you know. Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making? The strike brew. Why?
Yes, Detective. What were you hoping to accomplish with this strange thing?
Very curious. A very curious...
Truly. But that's how he operates.
A strange equanimity has overtaken the lieutenant. He's just going with the...
What else? A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that. Such referrals may sometimes get you information from a man like Everard.
Detective, I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
How banal?
While we...
That is only fair. It looks like you may untie this knot yet.
There's something in you that really likes the way she's looking at you just now.
What?
Hear that, hero? Feels good, doesn't it? You should relay...
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Here? Oh no. What does that blow...
It's clear the village has already grown dear to her. Strangely.
No, don't tell me. I don't want to know what he has in store for this place. A giant statue of him. Or better yet, his twin brother. Practically the same thing, but makes him seem less like a psychopath. A youth center with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it. Go ahead. Help him. Make it... First, there won't be a youth center. A fishery. I've been speaking... Sadly, it's just... Yes.
She is more defensive.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this... Of course, Detective. You can always drop by later, should something come up. Now, what else can I do for you? What?
There was a touch of discomfort there. She nods.
Of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away. There's time.
Again? I can't believe this shit. Okay, why not? Let's do the whole thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time. Well, where have you looked for her? I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more?
Yes? What is it?
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again? I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't feel like I've won. I feel like shit.
She smiles, a bitter little smile. She means it.
Clearly, I haven't. We're having this conversation, aren't we? How well could...
The wet wind, heavy with brine and industrial pollution.
I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for... I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility. The what? Oh, those ones. I don't know, sir. I said I mean, there's no reason for me to think they're somehow connected to her. Did I? Why do I still feel suspicion hanging over me then? What I managed was to get him killed. I'm the love that does people in.
The lieutenant looks. He feels uncomfortable with this conversation. He doesn't know what to add.
I don't know what to say. None of this is fortuitous for my sins, of course. For destroying my first love.
She nods, slowly, carefully. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes.
Oh.
Did you take the...
No, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway.
She doesn't seem to be lying. She's genuinely spooked by their disappearance.
Thank you, but actually, now that I think about it, you mentioned seawater. I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch mechanism. The documents were probably just washed away. Lie.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving.
What?
She slowly lights another cigarette and steps. Two neon-lit shapes. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words...
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your...
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways. That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new... Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been...
The explosion of static you're hearing, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorries, right? I expected as much. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can... Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale.
So, what we are experiencing is a...
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why...
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break you loose.
The pale? It's the end of the world. I built it myself.
And she's proud of it too, as she ought to.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented, but we are beyond that.
Oh yeah, way beyond. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through. No, once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you.
3, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops, and of herself.
If you've got something really important to say, you can...
1, 8, 9, 2, 8.
You're looking for a deal on mattress.
Box scoring school 2271047302819.
Turn this.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader. Not like them. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you be careful when you make your move, that'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. So, you found my shack, huh?
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find for my back. I was, before I caught you in the pale latitude.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching.
So she says she didn't do it, and she doesn't trust you. Is it...
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? My boys? What? I don't even understand what you're trying to get at. Oh, doesn't even matter. How could they be my boys when they're not even my friends? Who's got
a dull despair?
How the fuck do the rest of you get by? What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds...
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you. You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time. Look, fuck you, man. I might also...
She speaketh truth.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain. No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been... Why? Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries. What the fuck do elevators have to do with anything? Not particularly. I'm not really into old shit. God damn it!
So you know she's not an antiques enthusiast. Not my jurisdiction. But it also doesn't sound like she used that secret route at all.
Don't know it, but also...
Evaluating your competence.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it down...
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
So... Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never.
That really comes as a blow to her.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're...
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
She deliberately avoided name in the mob she worked for, you might...
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum. No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on. I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too. No, I did not. And the gun store, Trigger Happy Jacks. What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal. Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
A knocked away 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
Never really got into weapons trafficking. Yeah, evidence. Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna. The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might... It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar. I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a problem for me. And definitely not a reason to offer. Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pine sending in those foreign hirelings.
She didn't hate him, okay?
I'm listening. I considered her a good friend, yeah. What the hell, man? Yeah.
Her hand slipped from the dial of the compressor for a moment, almost turning it down. Then she put her hand back. Not yet. Not...
Wow. Pissing, pinball, and now peeping. I'm just not following your insinuations, detective. If I want to stare at a pretty girl, I can pick one up at a bar. Or, worst case scenario, look at a naughty photo. Who has time to go skulking about the Warling, drilling holes in walls? My type? She's everyone's type. She's your type. Are you sure you're not the one who was excited about the peephole? Cool, man, cool. I'm glad you got off on it. What the fuck are we talking about? Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. That je ne sais quoi that makes it impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room, and very difficult to look away. But travel enough and you realize, for the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable. So that's where you were going with this. That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts who didn't want to catch up with us.
The lieutenant watches her expectantly.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after...
Clausia only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details.
Seriously, just move on.
Really?
Is that blood on the ground before you? Are your...
Yeah, really? She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but...
Oh, ill will then. It wasn't a problem for her.
Yeah, one time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about her. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy. Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a go ahead.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
Yeah?
More questions before doing anything. She eyes you warily, as though gauging. She's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered animal, a leader with no one to lead.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then she sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her. Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But, nope. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea. Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy boys.
Glacia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed. As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried the lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way.
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I...
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been...
Police radio?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room. He was still warm. I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning, but...
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Me.
Fucking hell. And why me? It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with a disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeymen. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you.
Right. Sure. You don't know. Yeah, sure.
She doesn't.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition?
I thought we had an agreement, she thinks. This was not supposed to happen. She's not going to change her mind that easily. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway? Sure you do. I bet they're just outside waiting. I guess I'll take my chances. Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either. One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one. That sound about right?
No idea who these people. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Miller. We could either take a room here in the Whirling or go home. Let's go home, John. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. John takes his blonde wig off. Call Heidelstein. He can give us a ride.
Friction, lock, set.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask. What bunker? Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but... She looks at the machine, assessing the damage.
Oh, fuck it. Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down.
Oh, yes it is.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you? Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now. No, wait. Finally, it comes. She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then, Your entire body is it's like
I know you're feeling can't say
the voice doesn't wish to hurt you. No, buddy. That's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
I'm using
The blasted from that pet.
saw my equation. A pale latitude signals are so precisely at the upper limit.
She's been holed up in here for a while.
The pale? It's the end of the world. I built it
And she...
That's it. Oh yeah. Wade. No. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. Yeah,
So she thinks of you.
If you've got... God damn it. Fine.
The gun? Well, just keep her... There's only... Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
No.
So she said...
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No. He wouldn't have broken first. Oh, but she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys...
A dull...
How the fuck did the rest of you get by? I did, didn't I? Now you've come...
That did make her forgive them. A little.
What shit?
A strong moral compass.
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. Yeah. Can't do either without... Look.
She speaketh.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, no. Why? Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really into the fuck that. Not particularly. I'm not... God,
So you know she's not an act.
Don't know it.
Evaluate.
The shot could... She has...
That didn't go super well. You've got...
I didn't like him. Hearted plenty of broken... You think I was envious of... Yeah,
She didn't hate...
I'm listening. And? The gun store. Trigger happy. What did you think? That I'm... Sure don't?
The breach?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
I'm not...
That isn't it.
Never really got it. Yeah. Evidence. Who doesn't? The view's pretty bomb. It's very powerful. Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, no. Gifts, so now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? I never did. No, I did not. So...
That really comes as a blow to her.
Okay, good.
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't.
No.
She delivered.
I got lucky being a dispatcher.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious. I considered her a good friend, yeah.
Her hand slipped from the...
Wow. Pissing, pinball. If I want to stare at a pretty girl, I can pick one up at a bar. My type? She's everyone's type. She's your type. Are you sure you're not the one who was excited about the people? Nope. For the same reason that she's... Oh, that's a very sentimental...
The lieutenant...
Okay, fine.
Clausia only said they may be kissed. Someone is lying.
She rejected me with some... I knew that...
No ill will then. It wasn't probably for her.
Yeah, I was a little worried. Yeah, the girl seemed... Go ahead.
And mine too, he thinks.
Yeah?
More quick. She's refused.
It's okay.
All right. She sits down with a drink. Oh, yeah. No, she asked me...
You made it look like you'd been hanged.
What? No, yeah, she...
Clausia knew exactly.
Yeah. As I keep...
The...
War?
She doesn't...
Fuck it. I'm not responsible. I heard you in the passages. And so you...
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find. I was.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
How should I know?
Those rings...
What is radio?
Who hasn't? He was still warm. I saw...
So this is...
Yes. You.
Oh, fucking... It's especially bad, suddenly.
Everyone in...
If she knows that about you...
Harry, you want...
So all of this just means that you're effective. Criminal...
Right. Sure. You don't know. I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you. You've been to my lorry.
I thought she's not. Wait, one thing. Possibly.
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. Sure you. Well, it wasn't this scrawny. One of the guys that sound about.
No, satellite officer Fitwick. Let's go home, John.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. What bunker? Don't know anything about it. No one's been around.
You did it. The compressor. She looks at.
Oh, fuck it.
You should know the words to say. Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself. No, wait. She flashed. Suddenly, your entire body is like.
I know you're feeling. Can't say it's a.
The voice doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to you. That's an awful. Don't focus on the pain.
I'm using a pale.
The blasted from.
Saw my. A pale light signals are. So. Precisely. At the upper limit.
She's been holed up in here for a while, but you know what to talk to. Keep.
The pale? I built it myself.
And she.
That's it. Oh yeah. Wait. No. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, let's.
So she thinks of you.
If you've got. God damn it. Fine.
The gun? Well, just keep her. There's only. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It's still her. She looks at the machine.
Oh, fuck it.
You should know the words to say. Suddenly, your entire body is like.
I know you're feeling. Can't say it.
The voice doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to your head. No, but don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's up.
I'm using.
The blasted from that pale.
Saw my. A pale lattice signals are. So. Precisely. At the upper limit.
She's been holed up in here for a while, but you know what?
You're big boy. God damn. Fine.
The gun. Well, just keep. There's only. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its. She looks at the machine.
Oh, fuck it. Problem.
Ma'am!
Oh, yes, it is.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other. You know. This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives. She stares at you, frozen. The gun still. Gratitude. Doubt. She's still ready to go.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the
Good call.
The porterier is just...
The harbor.
He's right.
What? Gonna... Oh, fuck!
The lieutenant presses...
End of record. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still,
there's more going on here than we know.
Corty could be short. A village on the side. Who knows?
A symbol of...
I think we've got...
As you take the contrast... The porterier is just... He's right.
Oh, fuck!
The lieutenant...
I think we've got...
As you take out the contrast... Suddenly, your entire body, it's like...
I know you're feeling can't say it.
The voice doesn't wish to hurt you. Not to... No, but don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
I'm using...
The ex-blasted...
Saw my equipment. A pale lighted signals are so precisely at the upper lip.
She's been holed up in here for...
The pale? I built it myself.
And she's...
That's silly. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, I stuck. Yeah, let.
So she thinks of you.
If you've got. God damn it. Fine.
The gun. Well, just keep it. There's only 3. Be careful when you make your move.
I heard you in the passages. So you.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find to my back. I was.
That's her admitting the bullet.
No.
So she said...
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No. He wouldn't have broken first. Oh, but she couldn't have known I was on the coast.
Titus and his boys, man. They told...
Even now.
Well, fuck.
$8.
How the fuck did the rest of you get? I did, didn't...
That did make her forgive them. And
like what?
A strong moral compass.
I didn't like it. Plenty of broken people. You think I was envy? Yeah, sure.
She didn't.
I'm listening. Man, you mean the length of it? Look.
She speaks.
Wow. Now I'm... No, why? Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the... Not murder mysteries.
She looks you in the eye.
The fuck that? Not particularly. I'm not really good.
So you know she's not.
Don't know it.
Evaluate.
The shot couldn't.
She has.
That didn't go super well.
And the gun's trigger happy Jack. What did you think? Sure don't.
The breach?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
A knock.
That isn't.
Never really got into what. Yeah. Evidence. Who doesn't? The view's pretty. It's very. Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I know. So now I'm leaving revolutionary I never did a. No, I did not. So.
That really comes as a blow.
Okay.
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
No.
She delivered.
I got.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine.
Based on what I've heard about you, I considered her a good. What?
Her hand slipped from the dart.
Wow. Pissing, pinball, and now peeping. If I want to stare at a pretty girl, my type? She's everyone's type. Cool man, cool. Nope. For the same reason that she's everyone. Oh, so that's a very.
The lieutenant.
Okay, fine.
Glacia only said they may be kissed. Someone is lying here.
She does know how to pick 'em. She reject. I knew that was.
Oh, ill will then. It wasn't a problem for her.
Yeah, I was a little worried she'd blow it out of. Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. Go ahead.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
I considered her a good friend, yeah. Oh, that's a very...
The lieutenant...
Okay, fine.
Glacia only said they...
If that's what...
Seriously, just move on.
She reject... I knew that...
No ill will then. It wasn't...
Go ahead.
And mine too, he thinks.
Yeah? What?
More questions.
How should I...
Those rings are...
What is...
Who hasn't? He was still warm.
She's refused.
It's okay.
All right. She sits down. Oh, yeah. Super. No, she asked me...
You made it look like you'd been hanged.
What? Yeah, she...
Glacia knew exactly what...
Yeah. As I keep...
But...
War?
She doesn't...
Fuck it. I'm not responsible. I saw...
So this is...
Yes. You.
Oh, fucking... It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Everyone in...
If she knows that about you...
Harry Dubois.
So all of this just means that you're effective.
Right. I'm sure La Buddha... You've been to...
I thought she's... Wait. One thing. Possibly.
Yeah. You had your death... Sure you did. Well, it wasn't this scrum. One of the guys... That sounded...
No. Satellite Officer Victor. Let's go home, John.
Fantastic. I've got to get... What bunker? Don't know anything about it. No one...
I'm going to present you.
Glad to have been of assistance. Best of luck to you, officers.
The woman runs past you and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
All things considered, it could have gone worse. No, I don't think she did it. Now we have to come up with a really good excuse for why we walked right into a trap like that. This isn't her tent. Maybe there's something in there.
Plain red tent stands. The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag. It reeks of cigarettes. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On an
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have... You pocket the worn brown leather journal a trusted friend left behind.
We should read this immediately. Like...
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among... She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in them. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflection.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks...
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes.
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Short, wry observations of people and places, probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with staff issues, always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this, loyal to a fault. But she is referring to betraying a previous employer. Does this suggest she did it? That name isn't mentioned. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre? Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist. Then again, isn't that what I've been... The call? Did M call her personally? Why? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then? On M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake. Whatever you may look like, you don't feel like a hired assassin. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living. The entry ends abruptly. The most recent entry is, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the...
It looks like she might have been... framed?
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does. Especially if she has problems with the mat. No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure. The head of a major Jamrock gang, specializing in drug production and trafficking.
He's not 100% sure you're not indebted to this very, very bad person.
Claudia was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or... maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, one thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Question...
Stop. Now. It is time. Crisis. Death. You can feel it. Be prepared. Make sure you have your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm pistol in your pockets. It would be better if you didn't have to. It's not...
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning. Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right? Shut up! You're gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm.
Shh. This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your...
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we...
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a junk...
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure... Peaceful.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but...
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss something like this?
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
I think he's calmed down a bit.
Big fuck!
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the gun...
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads the leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. You feel your fists contract as you stand there between these men. No, it's okay. Soften him up and trust the others to attack if it comes to that. Make him talk. Present an argument. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out to peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that. Please. Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click. Softly, click, click, click. The realization comes to you, like a picture puzzle coming together. His name is Raoul Cortiner. The dead man's name is Elise Cortiner. He's brothers with the deceased. No, probably foster brothers. Elise was put into a foster home, remember?
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death by lead. He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beat into place by the same sick fuck. Same fucking mud hut town, too.
Okay, good.
Fuck do you mean?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. Squeeze a bit of kit ass. If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs,
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
Who? Laylee?
We researched him. We contacted the ICP and looked at his birth records.
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf compactor, and now these cunts finished the job.
It's a mindfuck, Corty. He wasn't put in a leaf compactor. They're making it up to fuck with us.
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now.
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths. Find his killer. Cop. His killer stands right there, shitting his pants. And I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here. Today.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven. He doesn't talk.
All of you cunts inside out.
The gunner. The raddest. The killer. What do you think he does? Smart loincloth. He fucks natives up. Soldier of...
Easy. Easy now.
Yeah? Who did that?
Time. You had time. To fuck around in that church. To run errands.
Time is up, loincloth. Give me a name. Now! How fucking convenient.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right? How about the kid? Tell me. Magic fucking sniper.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't decide who...
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him, all together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud, in a public place.
You're lying, DePaul.
A Kiel Model 40 revolver, 8 rounds in the barrel. The gun slow.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Liars!
The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of the glass window.
I missed.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end assault.
That doesn't sound good. You need to change the what topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call. International something. International law.
Look around you.
There will be ramifications, but there don't need to be.
We're not fucking coming in.
Say something. Get off this trail. Thank God it's only in effect.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks? She's gone, you stupid fuck. Sailed off 5 minutes ago. Stay cool! Don't do anything stupid! The company bitch is gone. Laylee's gone. Fuck are we still doing in this shithole?
Guys, I just get in the way. I don't even have a gun.
Hold your ground. Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself. We're doing this together.
They're huddled close in a formation. Still, the rest will stay. Even if it means dying here with him.
Who the fuck is...
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left. What am I doing? My fucking establishment is under fire! You know how much windows cost? She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these are—
We should have arrested her.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of...
She's gone. Forget about it now. Concentrate on this. A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion. The smoke drifts west with the wind. You hear the plaza erupting. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. A low shot rings. You feel a tapping like rain on your chest plate. Heavy drops of rain. Then the sound of dice rolling as the cuirass distributes the shot evenly from plate. You got hit. The armor took most of it, but still your ribcage.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you. Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rude staggers back. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant. Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out.
Oh God, watch out!
You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger. You can't. There is no time. Something inside. The pain is too immense to scream. Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm. It reminds you of the day you first held it. Sheathe your sidearm, officer. A serious law official, cop by the book, should know to only unholster their service weapon when using it is unavoidable. Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. Time to detect. It will make you into more than that. A mega cop. This is your modus operandi. See? That's your problem. It's not ideal, no. But you raise the peptide bottle, press one nostril closed, and inhale furiously with the other. The rush is almost immediate. It tastes bitter and caustic, and stings a bit inside your nose. Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity, your little heart pounding like a bird in a cage. A sweat breaks out across your brow. Your jaw clenches. And, let's be honest, there's a little chest pain. The good... you could work with this high. Like, literally work. Solve the case. Time for a little truth. Tell the lieutenant you did some. Clear the air.
I'm not your mother. I don't care.
As long as you remain functional, he thinks. Now, let's get back to work. Spring, spring. Everything is clear around you. Stop. You are snowflakes suspect the barrels of your VA's 9mm pistol.
Yes, I hear commotion. Let's go.
Good.
I'm all out of... Put your... Shut up!
This is the mercenary at the gate.
This is a misunderstanding.
The gift.
You are all drunk.
Easy.
He is Nest.
Fuck.
This, the lieutenant is
My plan is not to get killed. If this
a sound strategy. He's the leader.
The mercenary tribunal. No. We have to step in. This is not going to end well.
Get lost!
I think...
Pig, fuck!
No, Pete.
No.
With the lead. Shoot him. No, wait. Even if it's peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have. Then, dangerous. Ask about him first.
Sergeant.
As he moved, click no.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death.
Who? Where is her?
They fucking...
It's
Open fire. We can't have that.
He wasn't my fucking brother. Same.
Okay, good.
Fuck.
We've heard this.
Yeah, if Laylee was
ready to open fire, mate.
baby, it was creepy. But bitches, find his killer. I know what.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Rude.
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
The gunner, what do you think he does? Small.
Easy. Easy now.
Yeah? Who did that? The bird. You fucking...
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
She used to work in industry.
You think I'm fucking stupid? What if I just shot one of your pals? How about the kid? Go ahead.
Listen, please.
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus...
You're lying.
A Keel model...
You heard wrong. Your friend wasn't hanged. He was shot.
Fucking liars.
The shot ringed the young woman.
I missed.
Not true.
I know what I...
That... What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call. Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Krenner would never sanction this. Who really? None of this looks like it's going to do anything but piss him off. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
What always happens when you get good at your job? That name meant night raids. Fucking extrajudicial funky time, burned villages. The same thing happened when we were called whatever the fuck it was. Probably won't. Not after
Okay, it's not much. But he's thinking about something else. And his hand is off the gun. This did something.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks? She's gone. Stay cool. The company.
Guys!
Hold your ground.
They're huddled close in a formation.
Who the fuck?
Glacia, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
She left. What am I doing? She...
We should have her.
You can feel...
Hey, Bushman! Your little...
She's gone. Forget about it now. Concentrate on this.
What's the matter, loincloth? Mouthful of...
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Rude. Kill him.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands are steady. You leap left. A small angle lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks. The man tilts his head, trying to see through the clearing smoke. Watch out! To your left. DePaul is about to take a shot too.
God, please.
He's aimed 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. Glenn, die.
Oh God, watch out!
A look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright, shining. Here it comes. Death. You simply... The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over. It's Titus with a splat like meat. You hear bullets rip into him. His voice, he's not gonna make it, feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your... Most of what's down there. It's all gone. Open your... No. It's... Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain.
You're bleeding out.
I'm all out. Put your... Shut up!
This is the mercenary.
This is a...
The Kipt.
You are all...
Easy.
He is Nest.
Fuck.
This, the lieutenant is...
The mercenary... My plan is not to get... If this turns...
A sound struck.
Get lost!
I think...
Big fuck!
Oh, Pete.
No.
With the leap. Shoot it. No. Even if peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Dangerous. Ask about him.
Sergeant.
As he moved. Click. Click. No.
For killing, maiming, and...
Who? We research. They fucking...
It's,
Open fire. We can't have that.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew... You don't know shit. Man.
You lost. Don't let him fit.
He wasn't my same
Okay, good.
Fuck.
We've heard this.
Yeah. If
ready to open fire.
Baby, it was creepy, but fine. I know what...
Big talk. But that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. Alright, really? You only have time for one...
What always? The same? Not a...
Okay, easy now. Tell them the...
Rude.
All of you cunts inside, rip you.
The gunner. What do you think he does?
What are we waiting for? Let's...
Hold your fire!
He is not used to commanding or leading. He feels uncomfortable. He'd rather shoot to kill.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right.
She's gone. Stay cool! The company...
Guys!
Hold your grip! Yes. So what? Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking...
Enough already! What?
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
Now, you got them both off-piste. He's foaming mad at her.
Who the fuck?
Glacia, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
She left! What am I doing?
We should have her.
You can feel...
Hey, but...
She's gone. For God's sake, tell him the Hardys didn't do it. Present a case.
Yeah? Who did?
Time.
Time is up. How?
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
One of us? You saying we? How about the kid? Go ahead.
Listen, please.
The Hardy boys confessed to hanging him. All together.
You're lying.
A Kielmo.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Fucking liars.
The shot ring. The young woman stabbed.
I missed.
Not true. He purposefully over-aimed and shot the window. You had him second-guessing himself. Only for a second.
I know what I heard, Corty.
That doesn't sound good. You need... What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call. A small explosion like dice. The kinetic energy of the...
Go ahead. Have another try.
This time feels different. You aim higher, as if pulled by a magnet. Your hand goes numb from the explosion, and a plume of smoke erupts. The smoke drifts. There is to your right. The killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways. You leap left. A small angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks. The man tilts his head, trying. Watch out! God, please. He's aiming for the 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other, blood gushes from an Glenn.
Oh God!
You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic, with blood gushing from his face. The look, here it comes. Death. You can't. There is no time. The pain is too immense to scream. The hardest.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Feels slick and warm with blood. Most of what's down there. You can also feel the bone where the bullet went in. Something very sharp, like broken teeth under your fingers. Nothing. A persisting darkness.
You're bleeding out. Stay with me. Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And the cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, a slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. Scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you scream. Behind you, from your bloody. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours. In the court, you hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh, God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. And rotting. And being disinfected. And smelling of drugs and feeling.
He can't go. Not before. There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Playing sounds. Good.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again.
The engine of a Caprice Kinema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see?
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war.
Isn't that written on your...
It served you well. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay. Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day. 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse, and drink water. It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago.
Dramamine? Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under the counter.
What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued. Yes.
A blood-stained killer.
You're an officer of the RCM. As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged. Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did not survive.
This is not the first person to die.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name. Yes. You were bleeding out by then. I think you say that no one wants to party with you, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, the Pole, before she got the jump on me.
Thank you.
I killed her, and that's what happened. This is the one.
He nods.
Everard had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. The company is yet to... Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly. Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know. 3. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Theo, all. Oh no, officer. It's pretty bad. Sick. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. And we are...
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies.
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and bacterial we will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become a psycho-locomotor.
Good. You'll need to be. Whatever that is. No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man, back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site. I'm sure they're worried about you. I did. No need. Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me. Easy now. How are you?
He nods.
I honestly don't know. We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know? Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up. I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to.
He's wrong.
Okay. I don't know. That's been there for years. Yes, God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable. We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this.
See? There's that. You can do ballistics.
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one, all completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless. We could find thousands more if we wanted.
But they seemed so mysterious.
No need to be melodramatic.
He does not know what to reply. Looks out of the window. It's morning outside.
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a
That does make some sense.
I'm afraid we may not be able to locate communism, Detective, on account of it being dead.
A nod. He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Really? Because to me, it seems solving crimes is hard. No. Are you ready to limp? Good. Where do you want to limp to?
The lieutenant did mention doing more ballistics.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think.
The bed's a little... The bathroom mirror. These papers bear the stamp of the RCM.
I had Gart open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. I am sure...
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S.
A gift. I am not drawing my gun. Yet.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster. Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you.
It's hardly surprising.
The medicine cabinet is a pity.
Mm-hmm. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was packing. Yes? Okay, let's talk about it. Congratulations. That must have taken an enormous concerted effort, considerable ingenuity and timing. Now, I'm going to report you and you're going to go to jail. Am I? Anyway, did you want something?
I don't care about your insane theft, the lieutenant thinks, and looks away from the boots. Just... You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez. B prime. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, the island in the bay.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point. I remember. She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof, staring at the glass.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? I find that hard to believe, but at this point, what difference does it make? So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep this past...
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. The wind blows in from the open window. The lieutenant sighs. He is trying to justify it to himself. The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez, looking under every rock and talking to every person. But what else is there?
I understand. Not a lot, no. Okay, let's go to the fucking island. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you... Let's be fair, defended this just... I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway...
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by, in the dangers.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that. Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad. Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him.
Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking. And also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't give a shit if I...
He means it. It's not just boasting. It's something he discovered about himself. Stepping onto that.
No problem.
Hi again, Gendarme. Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man...
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Well, cheers anyway, Copper. Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus... he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit. Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor car...
Or you might die of a heart failure. Or syphilis.
Hey. Fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows. And maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry.
He's right. The numbers are replaceable. In an organization of thousands of men, there are plenty who'd join.
Don't know. Don't care.
Even after all that hell, he's still bitter about her?
Nope.
He did. He shrugs and tries to look uninterested.
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big...
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book. Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but...
Copo Loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Jamrock. Scars made them.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of...
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
I will, Capo. That's a promise. Now scoot, because the Hardy boys got some...
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight.
Anti-Object Task Force. Behold, the Anti-Object Task Force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the Darkened One. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage. A new reality. Also, you should... The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skunk. The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? The fuel oil catches fire immediately with an ominous hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the letters. Black smoke rises from the burning message. Step back. He looks at your face, illuminated. The flames warmed him too.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of...
Mon Dieu! You set it on fire! What kind of a policeman are you? Oh, well, thank you, officer. It certainly lightened the mood. Very cozy, like a little street fair almost.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a puller.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Something is wrong. Only no reply. Only.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversation. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like no more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, taking out the mercs made things calmer. You can try calling again. Just don't mind.
Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of total war yet. In the cabin, you see.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Roger that. And very glad to hear it. I will make relevant changes to the report. 10-4, sir. Well, there have been some talk, sir. I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But there always... But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over. Roger that.
The dented yellow. The dented yellow. There is a hollow ring as you kick the box. Your toe has suffered damage.
Cool. You really...
He does not actually think it's cool. If anything...
I don't.
He must see the box as the weaker of the two, and you as a bully. Something he doesn't stand for. There is a hollow ring as you kick the box. It sounds like it's mostly empty. Your toe hurts now.